We want to just start off by thanking our sponsors at our chapter. Thank you to our diamond sponsors, which is Microsoft and Annex Consulting Group. Next slide, please. Our gold sponsor is UBC Stoddard School of Business, Continuing Business Studies. Our bronze sponsor is Procom, The Art of, Yorkville University, the IIBA, Project World, Business Analysis World. I want to thank all our sponsors because without them, it will be very difficult to have our events, and we want to thank them for their support. And also thank you for everyone to joining us tonight. We have 52 people attending and we have 84 registered, so that's a great number and support for our AGM. At this time, I would like to introduce our chapter president, PMI CWCC President, Mirhan Jamshidi. Over to you, Mirhan.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. I'm going to stop sharing because I would love to see you guys in person. I might not be able to see you, but at least you can see my face. And I'm assuming that you can see me right now, right? Can you confirm that?
We can see you.
Okay,
Yes,
fantastic. So thank you. Welcome to the 2020 AGM for PMI Canadian West Coast Chapter. We're so glad that you could make it today. My name is Mehran Jamshidi, and I'm the president of PMI Canadian West Coast Chapter. So as you guys know, 2020 has been by far the most challenging year of all times for many of us. But guess what? We have passed through it, and here we go. We are here, the AGM for 2020, to retrospectively look back at what we have done so far and to elect new board members. First and foremost, I would like to acknowledge that we are living on the unceded territories of Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh nations. We thank them for having cared for this land and look forward to working with them in partnership as we continue to build this great city and province. So I'm going to share my screen now and start the presentation. Okay, so as per our bylaws, the quorum is the lesser of 20 members in good standing or 5% of members in good standing. And I'm assuming that we have the quorum, but just to confirm and to document that, Anjay, can you please let me know how many members in good standing are present right now?
Yes, I can see we have 52 attendees. So we obviously reached the quorum, required quorum.
Okay, fantastic. So then I can report that we have more than 20 members present. That is 52. Therefore, quorum is met. So it is my pleasure to call the 2020 AGM into order. I need to mention that you will see that as we move forward, we will be using poll questions for voting purposes. When there is an opportunity to vote for a motion, you will be asked to vote in favor, opposed, or abstain for each of the agenda items that need a vote. To make a motion or second the motion, please use the chat function on the side of the screen and type in I move or I second and include your full name and organization. So whenever I ask who moves, please write I move and then write down your full name and your organization. And same thing for when I ask who seconds, just write I second and write down your full name and your organization. So then what happens is that the first person who types I move and I second will be selected by the team, and their name will be documented on the agenda for the next year. As it has already been communicated to you, only and only PMI CWCC members in good standing are allowed to be here today and to vote. So if for whatever reason, accidentally, anyone in this meeting is not a member of PMI and CWCC and a member in good standing, please do us a favor and drop off, because this member is necessarily and solely for PMI members and CWCC members in good standing. And more importantly, please have your PMI ID in hand, because when you want to vote for the elections, you need to have your PMI ID. So if you don't have it until we get there, which is going to be in like 20, 30 minutes or even more, please find out your PMI ID, because unless you have that, you will not be able to submit your votes for the elections. Okay, the next item on the agenda is the acceptance of the agenda. So today we're going to look into the acceptance of the agenda, acceptance of the 2019 meeting minutes, introduction to 2020 board members, distinguished volunteers. We will take a quick look at the annual report. I'm not going to go into details of the annual report, as you already have been provided with the whole annual report. It's just the highlights. Also, financials and 2021 budgets are going to be looked into by our VP Finance. Then we're going to go over the elections of 4 board positions, and we will provide you with the results, but the preliminary results of the board elections. And finally, we're going to adjourn the meeting. So here is going to be our agenda. And now I would like to have a motion to approve the agenda. Just like what I mentioned, I need one person to move, and you need to mention your full name in the chat by saying I move, and then your organization. Who moves? And Anjay, can you please document that? I see that someone's Andrew Payne has moved.
Yes, so I have Andrew Payne moved.
And Jennifer Reed.
Jennifer Reed second.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. So this motion has been passed. The next item on the agenda is acceptance of 2019 AGM minutes. Again, this item has been provided to you in the annual report that had been sent to you via e-blast or email. I just will quickly go over that, so just bear with me. I'm going to go to the annual report and just highlight the main items on the agenda, on the meeting minutes for 2019. So it was February 19, 2019 that we got together in Fairmont Pacific Rim, and we agreed on the new board composition. I was elected as the president. Anjay was selected as the secretary or VP admin. Payman was elected as a VP finance. Edward Hang was elected by members as VP membership. VP Professional Development at that time was Carmen Brooks. Jasmine Maney was elected as VP Programs, and Anthony McCool was elected as VP Outreach. Again, because you all have been provided with this in advance, I'm just going to stop here and see if you have any questions about the 2019 AGM minutes. Okay, looks like there is no questions. I just need to stop sharing and start sharing again. Okay, so if that is the case, then may I have a motion to approve the 2019 AGM minutes? And if yes, who moves? So Anjay, I would like you to please figure out who moves. I see that Mel has, yeah, you just take notes.
So Mel, I think, moved before we actually have a motion. So I guess we have Tom Deers who moved, and Bhavik Patel second.
Fantastic. Okay, so I think the motion has been passed. The next item on the agenda, you're moving us so fast, guys, and that is awesome. So introduction of the 2020 board members. Well, you know, it was a difficult year for all of us, and I need to highly appreciate all those board members who stayed with us and who did a very good job in terms of accomplishing our goals. The goals that many of them changed throughout the year. So the board of directors in 2020 were myself as the president, Gina Eugene Lee is our VP Education, Peyman Abedirat, our VP Finance, Venu Panjakadi is our VP Marketing, Afroza Lucky, our VP Volunteers, Anjay Navroki, VP Administration or Secretary, Edward Hong is our VP Membership. I really need to thank you guys again for all the great work that you've done so far. We also had non-voting team members. Rosmary Conte was our past president. Fadi Atal, our interim VP of Outreach. Fadi joined us in the middle of 2020 as we lost our VP Outreach. So thank you, Fadi, for accepting joining the chapter. And then we had Nigel Apoma, who actually joined us as the interim VP of Professional Development. Nigel at the same time was our Director of Mentorship. But again, because we needed a new VP of Professional Development, Nigel accepted to join us. It is with mixed feeling to announce that two of our membership, our team members are leaving us. Fadi Atal and Venu Panjakadi will not be with us for the 2020 board. So once again, thank you to both of you, Fadi and Venu, for all the great work that you have done so far. We're going to miss you, and I'm hoping that at some point you're going to get back to your home, to the CWCC. Some of you might already know, but during 2020 and from February 19, 2020, that the board meeting was held, the AGM was held, we lost 4 board members. Anthony McCool was our VP Outreach. He's stepped down. I think then it was Nitin Tyagi, our VP Operations, who stepped down. Then Carmen Brooks, our VP Professional Development, and Jasmine Maney, VP Operations. Again, it was such a challenging year, and we all were impacted in a way or other by the COVID-19. So I would also need to acknowledge and appreciate the work of Anthony, Carmen, Jasmine, and Nitin during their service time at the chapter. The next item on the agenda is distinguished volunteers. So at PMI CWCC, we always try to acknowledge and appreciate the work that our volunteers provide. We understand that the work that our volunteers are doing is not paid financially or in a monetary way, but it is their family time. It is their own time. It is the time that they can spend in other businesses and enjoy or make money or have more fun. But again, they generously decide to be with us and do their best passionately and dedicatedly to make the goals of PMI CWCC happen. So we always try our best to acknowledge our distinguished volunteers. There are several different ways that we do that. One is to acknowledge and appreciate them by adding their names in the first page of our website. So each month we have an acknowledged volunteer on the first page. Sometimes we buy gifts for them. So these are the ways that we can do that. Some, if you have a conference, then there are some benefits for volunteers who work with us. But anyhow, from our education portfolio, Elisa DiMeglio, our Director of Education, and Nick Anand, Director of Agile. Also from operations portfolio, Harvey Mahdizadeh, Manager of Technology Operations. Thank you guys for your contribution and dedication. From membership, Eugene and Aina have been selected. Thank you guys. From marketing portfolio, Raj, Viplav, and Leah have been selected. Again, thank you guys. And we will be providing you guys, the acknowledged volunteers and distinguished volunteers, with e-gift cards that are going to be sent to your email addresses by our VP volunteers. That is going to happen tomorrow or the day after. Okay, so with that, the next item on the agenda is the 2020 annual report. Again, as I mentioned, it's not going to be the report, rather it is the highlights of what we did. This picture was taken last year, again, on February 19, 2020. at the Pacific Rim Hotel, and it was at the AGM. Yeah, some new team members have been added from that time, and some of these guys are not with us anymore as board members or chapter volunteers. But during 2020, we decided, and we tried actually to accomplish some goals, and we missed some due to the COVID-19 and the need for social and physical distancing and the guidelines that was kind of decided and planned by officials and health authorities. We used to kind of look into the PMI Global's new branding and logo components. Our vision, as you know, is to be the go-to source for project management in mainland BC. So we tried to stick to that mission and serve our community to the best that we could. We worked on our collaboration with our partners, with our sponsors, and also institutions, educational institutions. Our determination is proven. We're here. You know, we passed all the challenges. We couldn't meet a lot, but we made it happen. We offered even more events than last year because, you know, while this pandemic had some challenges and barriers for us, but we could make it happen by changing the way that we used to do our business and by making some innovative decisions that our team have made. Teamwork is what we are proud of. Projects are delivered by people, but winning projects are delivered by teams, and we are a team. We are honestly a team at PMI CWCC, and we try to make sure that outcomes of our projects and what we do serves our community, serves our members and our volunteers. And when we talk about growth is not necessarily about the numbers, making more money or having more members. Well, that is fine, that is good, but we try to increase the quality of our members' engagement. So we want to work on our member engagement. And in 2020, as I mentioned at the beginning, the new bylaws were adopted to comply with the BC Societies Act requirements. We had liaison with PMI-EF, that is PMI Educational Foundation, and we will continue that in 2021. We increased our partnerships with colleges and universities, with our sponsors. I'm going to speak about that when I go into each portfolio. As I mentioned, 4 board members had to resign due to personal issues or considerations that they had. And it was sad that our Region 1 conference got canceled. We were supposed to host all North America Region 1 PMI chapter leaders in April 2020, but due to the restrictions of social distancing, we could not meet here, so it got canceled. We have asked PMI to keep the right for our chapter to host this meeting either in 2021 or in 2022. Our annual conference also was canceled. We were so excited that we are going to offer and conduct and present members with an annual conference. But again, that was canceled due to all the problems that you can guess. In 2020, we will be working on a new governance model for our board. Previously and up until now, our board has been governed by VPs, and that is the model. We have portfolios, and each portfolio has a VP who runs that portfolio. But moving forward, we're looking into a committee-based governance model to work on the strategic level of chapter business, and then committees will manage the operations of our business as well. We will be looking into social good initiatives that PMI is putting forward. Stakeholder engagement is one of our pillars of our strategic planning for sure for 2021. We want to hear more about our members. We want to talk to them more. I have started, recording some videos and being more in touch with our members, but we need more. We need more. We have 2,500 members now, and we need to, build a stronger relationship with our members moving forward. And also with our industry. We have huge organizations. We have large businesses here in our city and our province. We want to be engaged with them. We can provide them with some services. They can support us as well. So that relationship needs to be stronger than before. And also, we will be looking into the annual conference. Hopefully, we can deliver an annual conference this year. Well, we will do that for sure, but it has not yet been decided if we can deliver an in-person conference or an online one. Again, you all have been provided with the details of each portfolio's reports. I'm just going to very quickly touch on each portfolio. So our education portfolio managed to stay strong by providing one PMP prep course. Actually, that was in person, but they changed their delivery model and they provided online ACP, which is PMI-ACP actually, and PMP courses. They also partnered with a vendor to provide PBA course, that is professional business analyst exam preparation course. And that was a new line of business that education portfolio started working on. They're also looking into disciplined agile, so they're looking into that. And as we become an ATP, hopefully in the future, authorized training provider, then our education team can provide and deliver disciplined agile courses as well. Instead of becoming an ATP, which was not the option this year for us, our education team decided to partner with Montreal chapter, who is already an ATP. Well, in terms of size, they're double our size, and they have 5,000 plus members. So they are an ATP. We just tried and decided to partner with them to provide PMP prep courses moving forward. And also PM Ready, or Project Management Ready, is a new initiative and a new certificate provided by PMI that our education team is going to look into that and any possibilities of working with vendors to deliver PM Ready certifications. Our marketing team did a very good job. Our social media was moved and changed. Now we have more than 9,000 followers on LinkedIn. Their clickability has increased, 10 clicks per post on average. We had the PM West conference. Actually, we had a different domain, so they managed to integrate everything. We had a different and separate channel of communication on LinkedIn, which we killed that, and we all are working under the same flag of PMI CWCC. You received the e-blast on Friday, so it is for the first time that our marketing team has managed to begin and end the year with the same team, and they always have been very, accurate in terms of their e-blasts on Fridays, and website maintenance and a lot of other work that they have done. You can refer to the annual report and read more about that. Membership team has been one of the most active teams that we've had. They have managed actually our programs team as well. They have worked on the events. 32 in-person and live events have been managed by our membership team. That is on average almost 3 events a month. That's a lot. They take care of our members and also the orientations. New member orientations are the meetings and the events that they hold. Membership team also managed to provide scholarships to 5 project management students from one of the educational institutions. And in general, we have 2,528 members as of, I think, today. And that shows 10% decline compared to last year. Well, that is normal. That was predictable. Many members are not in good financial situations. Some people sadly have lost their jobs, and that makes sense that we have less number of members. But I'm positive that once things get sorted out, we're going to get more and more members. And of course, we want to build a more quality relationship with the members, regardless of how many they are. Our operations team have been so active in supporting other portfolios. The fact that we can manage this event is because our operations team was so active. And of course, the transitioning to online needed a lot of work from our operations. So virtual chapter events, also trainings that we offered online have been supported by our operations team. Thank you, guys. Outreach portfolio, as I mentioned, we lost our VP outreach at the beginning of the board business in 2020, but we brought in Fadi So while there were a lot of businesses who had lost their businesses or were not making that much money to support us as sponsors, but we decided to maintain our agreement. We were not that picky in terms of, all the agreements that we had, but we worked on maintaining our relationships with our sponsors. Also, our outreach team has worked on the sales package for 2020 and added benefits. And also because we did not have an annual conference, we made less money than last year because sponsors normally tend to sponsor during the conference. And also, they have rearranged the portfolio's organizational charts to include additional industries. So we will be working with different sectors, and we have new volunteers. Actually, we have organizational charts for volunteers to work with different sectors. Our volunteers portfolio managed the PMAP program. Well, PMAP program was successfully delivered in March 2020, but again, due to all these changes that we faced, we did not continue that. But looking into 2020, we are looking into activating PMAP program. The VRMS system, which is the volunteer recruitment management system, is now active. We have improved our process of onboarding our new volunteers, and that is a great improvement. The hiring process has been more effective. And also volunteer appreciation. As I mentioned, we do appreciate our volunteers in many different ways by posting their names and pictures on the website, or by providing them with some gifts from our membership budget or volunteership budget. Then that is it, actually. So again, if you go to the annual report that has been sent to you by email, there's a list of all activities that have been done and has been performed by your representatives at the board or even by the non-voting board members, the volunteers at the chapter. At this point, I want to pass it over to our VP Finance to present 2020 actuals and 2021 budgets. Again, that is going to be the highlights of what Payman, our VP Finance, will be presenting. And then we need to adjourn. We need to move and second the budget as well. So, Payman, over to you.
Thanks, Maran. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great. Yeah, thank you, Maran, for those lovely words. I just want to start off by saying that, yeah, 2020 was definitely a tough year, and it's thanks to like our hardworking volunteers that really managed to pull through, adapt to circumstances, just like everyone else in the world is being forced to adapt. And I'm thankful that we are here together as a community to support each other. If we can move on to the next slide, Maran.
Okay, so we have 52 responses, 100% in favor of the agenda. Fantastic. Thank you, guys. And we have one more. That is for the 2019 agenda. Can you please do that again, and then we can move on. Okay.
All right, the link is now up.
Fantastic.
2 minutes starting.
How close are we, Edward?
1 minute and 30 seconds. 30 seconds to go now. Two minutes, Marin. We're at 2 minutes. Go ahead. Marin, you're on mute.
Yeah,
Yep,
but
I've
okay,
posted the result as well.
fantastic.
Yep.
So the result shows that, if I can bring it here, well, 48 responses are in favor, 2 abstain, sorry, 4 abstain. So 92.3% in favor and 7.7 abstain. Thank you guys for voting. And we can get back to our presentation now. I just need to stop sharing and start sharing again. Okay, so now that we have approved our budgets and financials, the next item is the elections of board of directors. We have 4 new board positions, and I'm going to pass it over to Edward, our VP membership and one of our nominating committee members, to manage this part. Edward, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. You've all been doing fantastic. Thank you for your support, and everything is running smoothly. I'd like to just explain to you what has happened over the last couple of months. We had developed election or nomination election committee back in November of 2020, specifically on the board meeting of November 27th. That committee consists of myself, Gina Yu, VP of Education, and Andre, who is the VP of Administration. We also had help from Charles, who you've seen throughout the evening tonight, and we've been planning this event for the last couple months. We put together a project plan and was approved by the board on December 23rd. We called for nominees on our website, on social media, and on our e-blast on December 13th. And then we closed the nomination process on January 24th. We had a really good response, and we conducted interviews with all the nominees and that ended on February 6th. We came up with a short list of candidates, and we posted that short list on the website on February 6th. We had an evening called Meet the Candidates Night. Some of you might have watched the YouTube video, and that was held on February 17th for you to get to know some of your candidates. And then we finalized the voting platform earlier in February 26th, which leads us to tonight, the AGM on March 3rd. So it's been a lot of work. It's been quite a journey, but we're finally here, and this is the time that we are going to finalize this process here. Moran, can you take me to the next slide, please? I'd like to introduce you to your candidates for the 4 open positions. We have 5 candidates: Afroza Lucky, Azin Atashi, Bhavik Patel, Neil Kelly, and Rosmary Conte. And again, some of you might have seen their bios and their statement of service on the website, as well as their YouTube video on Meet the Candidates Night. And the next slide, please. I'd like to just remind everybody that there is a code of ethics from PMI, Code of Ethics and Professional Conduct, There's the URL for it, and PMI members must have determined that honesty, responsibility, respect, and fairness are the values that drive ethical conduct for the project management profession. PMI's code of ethics and professional conduct applies those values to real-life practice, project management, where best outcome is the most ethical one. All PMI members, volunteers, certified holders, and certification applicants must comply with the code. Next slide, please, Mohan. I'm going to provide you with some instructions, and before Charles posts the link to the voting platform, I need to just say a few words. So first of all, the reminder of the ethics code. And if we were in person, we would have been in a conference room. We used to check your membership at the door, and you'll be giving a little smiley face on a stick. And we close the door and vote for the board members by raising our hands. But obviously we are not doing that tonight because we are voting virtually. The good news is we've been thinking through this since January, and we believe this is the best process for now. It's not perfect, but we need your patience and support to make this work tonight. So in about 1 minute, Charles will post the link, and you will be directed to the online voting application. So please read the instructions. Okay. You must be a member in good standing with the chapter. Being a PMI global member is not enough. I've checked all the membership status last night before I sent you the link, but just in case there's somebody here who is not a good standing member and you're aware of that, you're not eligible to vote. Once you enter the voting site, please enter your PMI membership ID. This will allow us to ensure that there are no duplicate votes. After that, you will see a virtual ballot with the 5 candidates. You must vote for 4 candidates. The system will not allow you to submit a ballot with less than 4 choices. There are no proxies for voting tonight. We are voting by plurality. The results will be based on the number of votes cast for a candidate who receives more than any other, but may not receive an absolute majority. In the event of a tie, another poll will be opened up for a tiebreaker. Please keep in mind that we are presenting preliminary results tonight and will provide final results within 24 hours. As once again, we will verify that there are no duplicate votes and all voting members are in good standing with the chapter. The 2021 board members, including the 4 newly elected members, will be published on our website, and you will all be informed via email as well. Okay. So having said that, Charles, can you please post the link for the voting platform on the chat?
All right, so it has been posted.
Yep.
And I'm going to start the clock off at 2 minutes.
4 minutes?
4 minutes.
And they're on your screen. You're
Yeah.
still sharing your screen.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say that this is what you need to see, and I'm going to stop sharing because I, as a member in good standing, need to vote as well. Right. So once the voting time is finished, Charles, you need to share your screen and share the results, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
Are you sharing your screen right now, Murad? No?
No, I'm not.
Do you want some music?
I think that's a good idea if people don't get distracted.
Okay, we're at 3 minutes and 30 seconds. 30 seconds to go. And we are now at 4 minutes. And over to you, Charles, for the preliminary results.
All right, so I'm sharing my screen right now. And I'll be going to the result with everybody. So here are the results. Summary. And this is the result of the election.
Okay, so yeah, looks like Afroza, Neil Kelly, Rosmary Conte, and Bhavik are the elected board members, and this is the preliminary result for the elections. Thank you. The final results will be published tomorrow, actually by tomorrow, in 24 hours. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so I'm going to get back to the slides. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay, fantastic. So in the next, over the next actually board term, the board members are going to be myself, Mehran, Gina, Edward, Anjay, Payman, and then we have Rosemary, Afroza, Neil, and
I think you cut off there, Miran. Can't hear you.
Moran, are you still there? Okay. Looks like we're having a little bit of technical difficulty, so just bear with us. Okay, we're just trying to get a hold of Marhan with our text, and hopefully he'll be logging in soon. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Ed.
There he is.
Miran
He's
is
back.
available. Okay.
Hello, Marhan. You are on mute.
Thank you. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I was just talking and I noticed that I'm not in the meeting. So can you hear me now and can you see my screen?
Yes, you're loud and clear, Marhan.
Okay.
You have to share your screen again, I think, Miran.
Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen once again. So again, thank you for voting. I don't know if you heard what I said about the next board members. Did you guys hear what I said? Or
No, unfortunately, Mehran, I think you have to repeat it.
okay, thank you. So yeah, what I wanted to say is that the next board members are going to be myself, Anjay, Gina, Edward, Payman, and the new 4 board members, if the final results approve and confirm that, are going to be Rosmary Conte, Neil Kelly, Afroza Lucky, and Bhavik Patel. So we need to move this meeting to adjourn. And for that, I want someone to move, please. And can you please I move in the chat and write your organization's name? So Anjay, you move, and then who seconds? Ryan seconds. Thank you.
No, actually,
Marison,
it was, sorry,
yeah.
Mehran, it was Cindy.
Oh,
Cindy,
was it? Yeah. Cindy
yeah.
Lastrick. Yeah, Cindy Lastrick seconded. So yeah, thank you guys. And this is going to be voted on. So Charles, can you please post the link to the voting system?
Okay, the link should be up.
2 minutes starting now. One minute and 30 seconds. 30 seconds to go. 2 minutes, Moran.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Charles, can you post a screenshot of the results? Thank you, Tom. And I got the point. Yeah, Robert's rules does not necessarily mention that for adjourning a meeting, a motion is needed and voting, but there is no harm in that, right? So we just wanted to ensure that everyone is in favor of adjourning the meeting. So one person is voted on abstain and 98% in favor. In total, 52 people responded, 51 in favor and 1 abstain. Okay, thank you so much. It's 7:20 p.m. on March the 3rd, and I officially adjourned this AGM, the 2020 PMI CWCC AGM. I thank you all for joining this event, and I hope the new board can continue the path that the previous boards and volunteers had started. Any final questions, comments? I'll be happy to respond, or our board members can stay on the call for some time to answer any questions you guys might have. Okay, so if that's the case, then we can officially end the meeting, and good luck, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to stop the recording now.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thanks, everyone.